So, out of curiosity, how many of you have already formed an opinion about who I am and what I'm here to talk to you about today? Chances are, oh, really? Only a couple of you? Chances are probably every single person here today, because that's how our brains work. We take in information and we form opinions or make judgments. So now that I've changed my outfit, have you changed your opinion about who I am and what I'm here to talk to you about today? Probably, right? Because that outfit was sending a very different message than the one that I'm currently wearing. And yes, our clothes are sending messages externally. But that's not what I'm here to talk to you about today. What I actually want to talk to you about today are the messages that our clothes are sending internally, because that is where our power lies. And I am a huge believer that the clothes that we put on our body are a simple and very underutilized tool in our toolbox when it comes to really sparking that inner creativity and innovation. So I'd love to tell you a little story about the first time that I discovered the transformative power of clothes. And I was in the 7th grade with my iconic bangs. And during that time period, there was a show called Beverly Hills 90210, actually 2 shows, and Melrose Place. And I loved those shows. They were great. And the girls on those shows, they were the coolest, okay? And I wanted to be them. And I thought, well, what better way to be them than to dress like them? So I wanted to recreate this outfit over here. And I was missing a key element, okay? I was missing the black vest. And there was a shopping center about a mile away from where I lived, so I could ride my bike up there. And there was a store there called the Fashion Bug. Real classy joint. Some of you may remember the Fashion Bug. But I could go there and I could peruse the racks. And one day, I found the perfect vest. It was crochet, and I thought, this is it. Saved up my money, bought that vest, raced home, and I recreated that outfit. Okay? I stole a pair of my dad's 501s. Doesn't know the story. He's here today. They were way too big. Cinched them up with a belt. I put on my t-shirt. And I put that vest on. I had a pair of black embellished clogs, and I thought, this is it. That magic was lit up inside me. Got on the bus, rode it to school, started to get off that bus, and then I thought, uh-oh, other people are going to see me in this outfit, and what are they going to think? And the truth is, there are a lot of barriers that get in the way. And maybe you've had an experience like that before, where you had all that confidence bottled up until you ran into one of the obstacles, or maybe other people's opinions. So I want to talk a little bit about some of the obstacles that we face, and then how we can maybe overcome them. And this is one of the biggest ones that I see when I work with women. And I found this image when I was putting this talk together, and it guts me, because it's so dang accurate. As women, we are excellent standing in front of that mirror and tearing ourselves apart and finding every single flaw. And you know, that's because we have been trained to believe that stylishness or attractiveness comes in one size, age, shape, you name it. But you know what's cool about that? If we have been trained to believe that that's the case, then the opposite must also be true. So, I'm going to do a little demonstration. You down to do a little unlearning with me today? Yeah? Cool. All right, I'm going to have my friend Megan come up here. And Megan, could you do me a favor? Could you just slip my shoe on for me? Did you put my shoe on your foot? No? What's wrong? Something wrong with your foot? No? Did you skip the gym? You eat too much ice cream? No, right? It's simply the wrong size. And we would never talk to our feet that way, would we? No, because it's ridiculous to try to shove your foot in a shoe that is the wrong size. So why do we do that to our bodies? I'd like us to find a way to apply this same theory to our bodies, okay? And to further demonstrate this point, I went on and did a little experiment, because I think Oftentimes, okay, maybe you can take this little example of the shoe and put it in your back pocket, and next time you go to get dressed, you'll remember it. But we also have an issue as women that we give our power to those little tags inside our clothes. The number on the tag, the letter on the tag, and I'm here to tell you, those numbers and letters actually mean nothing. There, for real, is no consistency across the industry when it comes to sizing in women's clothes. And I went to a single store, and I put on 4 different pairs of jeans, and they all fit. Please remember this. And if you don't believe me, go try it yourself, so that next time you're putting on a pair of jeans or anything else in your closet and you're letting that number steal the magic, the confidence, the creativity that your outfit can spark, stop, okay? And I want to talk a little bit more about the mirror. Yes, the mirror is a messaging device, and many of us have complicated relationships with it. And oftentimes, it's telling us lies. It's not actually telling us a simple reflection. It's telling us the stories and the patterns that we have probably been telling ourselves our whole lives. So I have found this little hack that works with the women that I work with. It works for me. And if you too have a complicated relationship with the mirror, I invite you to try this. Snap a picture of yourself and use the image on your phone to inform decision-making about, do I need to change my outfit? Does this fit right? Whatever it is. There's something weird that happens in the brain. A scientist could probably explain it better than I can, but you have more objectivity, and you can maybe interrupt that negative thought pattern just for a second. And the more that you do that, it builds muscle memory, right? And maybe you can change that complicated relationship that you have with the mirror. So I also don't love to talk in theory. I don't want to just give you words today. So I hope you can take this next exercise and practice it. So I don't know if this is also true for you, but I'm nicer when I like my outfit. I'm a better mom when I like my outfit. I'm a better wife. I'm a better friend. I'm a better business owner. And I sure as heck show up to serve my clients better when I like my outfit. It sounds silly, but it's true. So how do you go from that negative thought pattern and switch to liking what you have on? And here's what I would invite you to do. I call this my light bulb list. I was a teacher for the bulk of my career, and I was always chasing those light bulb moments. I was always chasing when you could see, ding, that little light go off for kids in the classroom. It's magical. And I want to be able to give that to you when you look at yourself in the mirror. So I have this list, and it's essentially my criteria if you want to make it into my closet. And if you don't know what yours is, it's really hard to put things through that filter to be able to find the things that you can put on that are going to do something for you. So mine needs to match my personality. I do want my clothes speaking for me before I ever open my mouth, because when they're doing that, they're also speaking to me, okay? It needs to fit my body and my shape, not the influencer, not the mannequin, mine. It needs to have pops of color. As you can see, I'm a big fan of color. Because when I put color on my body, it gives me energy. And if I can feel that, so can everyone else who I interact with in my day. It also needs to be comfortable. I do not believe in sacrificing comfort for style. I'm wearing a t-shirt and athleisure pants, okay? Case in point. And it needs to take me less than 3 minutes to pick out. I'm a busy person. I do not want to spend time being paralyzed in my closet. So if you have not done this, I highly recommend that you do, so that you too can have the criteria to be able to put clothes through a filter so they can work for you rather than against you. And I just want to leave you with this final thought. Maybe. I am not going to stand here and tell you that I think clothes are going to solve all your problems, but they sure as heck can make you a better problem solver. Thank you.